Hey racing fans, Doug Hen with the Number Cruncher back again. We're going to give you some results this time regarding our For Winners Only videos that we've been posting since about March the 9th. It's one thing to post the videos, it's another thing to just take a moment and see how we're doing. It allows you to make course corrections and even question, should we be doing this? So far so good, actually, if we understand the value of what's being provided. So in terms of most winners, March the 9th through May the 18th, that's 20 programs, so 20 winners in that category. And again, a most likely horse is not a best bet. A best bet is something likely to win, but with some value, we hope, makes it a best bet. In this case, it's simply most likely. You look at the card, there's 10 or 12 races. Which one in your mind is simply the one that very likely is going to win? In the way I do it, being all about objective handicapping, it's what the program is telling me is a standout. And then you look around and compared to the other horses in the race, it really does stand out. There's not two or three good ones. There's one great one. That's our most likely. So how we've been doing? 20 times we gave you a most likely potential winner, and 13 times it won. There were further two second place finishes, so 15 out of 20. But I like that 13 for 20 or 65% average. And what makes this even more impressive is that the first 4 times I did this, we missed. So we're really on a better roll since just getting it going. In fact, we're 12 for 14 in the last 12 out of 14 the last 14 times we did it. So that's really good. It's what it should be. The payoffs are not big, so it's not about, are we going to make money on the win ticket? We probably won't. It's about being able to comfortably key this horse in a multi-leg wager or on top of a trifecta or superfecta. Don't want to do that and then have this horse be beat. You might want to back up that ticket in a fashion for a small amount, but the whole idea is this is a solid, most likely winner. So far so good in that category. In terms of value plays, again, we gave out 20 of them, only had 3 winners. They did pay a little better, obviously, than a most likely. We got $30.80 back on our 3 winners. That didn't allow us to break even, but again, there were some decent ones in there, including Larceny at $17.30 one evening. There were, in addition to the winners, we had 11 out of 20 in the money. And just like the most likely, I think the real value of these is to know, well, I should be including that in my multi-leg wagers or involved in a trifecta, exacta, superfecta, putting them in with a little bit of confidence. And again, if they happen to pop on the top or prominently on the ticket, there's going to be some money made because they're not the favorite. So ideally, yep, we actually get first place with some of these. And I've been picking 11 to 1s, 16 to 1s. The goal for sure is to not be the favorite, but anything third, fourth favorite would be the zone I'm hoping to find with these value plays. So not too bad so far. The deep crunches, again, we should be right off the board. Something not highly likely or highly expected by the general public. Certainly should be paying a price. That's where we're going. And yet, through all of these picks, remember the heart of what I'm doing is objective handicapping. So this is the program telling us that even though the odds board may not back us up, these horses, the calculations actually suggest they've got a pretty decent chance. So whether it be most likely, value play, or deep crunch, this is all coming from the program. Remember, we're calculating front half speed, middle move horses, and adjusted closing quarter. So if the program tells us that, we can have confidence rather than somebody just saying, well, you know what, I kind of got a feeling or a hunch on this horse. This is more than a hunch. So we had 18 tries, 3 of them did win, and because they're not favorites or close to favorites, for the 3 wins, we got back $45.50. So that's more like it. And again, you can imagine the power in the multi-leg wagers or exacta tries supers if these horses do hit your ticket because they're paying good. One extra kind of bonus of tracking this information is a category I'm going to call horses to watch. Randy Waples does this, and I think it's a good idea. You're seeing something and you just want to track it. So for the value plays and deep crunches, I've noted that in their next race, a few of these have actually popped up and won. There's one in particular that's really interesting, flying even better on April the 20th. That was our deep crunch play, but it was scratched. I think it was a vet scratch sick. So it didn't show up again until May the 13th. But in its very next race, I checked it. It was still our pick, but totally overlooked, and it paid $77.40 to win. So I think, especially in these ones where they're paying a little more, if you just want to maybe keep track of these ones on a list, understand that there's potential down the road. So we might want to consider them on our tickets, even the next race that they run, because they're a little obscure and they definitely should be holding their value, so therefore worth playing to some extent. So that's the story. I think it's good to do this. It's good to have a look at what each of the categories is doing to date. I don't think any of them is necessarily a reason to run out and bet a little win ticket. Maybe on a deep crunch one that's definitely 20 or 30 to 1. That makes some sense. The real value is knowing that you should include them in the multi-leggers or prominently on your exactas, tries, and supers. And when they're in there, it's nice to be able to key a multi-legger with most likely, but it's also nice to have as part of your ticket something that's not a favorite or very obscure, but potentially there in the terms of a deep crunch. So that's what we're trying to do. So far, so good, I think. I'm also posting a version of this spreadsheet that I did that sort of tallies it all up for us. Putting that on X. I'm not so sure how usable that will be for you. If you're interested in a PDF copy, just let me know. Reply on X with your email address, and I'll send you a PDF version of that. I'm also posting this on my YouTube channel, so if you catch it there, just get back to me by email at thenumbercruncher365@gmail.com. It's been a pleasure. I think we're off to a good start with our For Winners Only. I'm certainly having fun doing it, so I hope you're getting a little bit of value from it as well. Feel free to send me some feedback as well. I always like talking horses. Pleasure, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.